You can type of stuff because you're not eating. I get this. But you can, I'm gonna get them. I'm gonna get them if I don't have them. You're not even trying to go. We went. If I got an email saying we didn't have them, what am
Alright, so I just wanted to make a little vlog, I guess, or story of me reserving my Xbox Series X. I got up the day that the preserves went out for the Xbox Series X around, I'd say, like 6:50, because I got up to the GameStop around 7 o'clock. When I got there, there was already, I'd say, about 6 to 7 people already in line. Some people were there since 2 o'clock in the morning. They didn't really regulate people staying in front of the GameStop that I was at, but that doesn't mean that they regulated others. They really didn't, have any, I guess, conflict or people fighting or anything. I've come to realize that most gamers, monitor and look out for each other. There were a few people that, showed up past when me and my two friends got there that tried to, I guess, become friends with or stand by people that were ahead of us and look like they were in line. But when the gentleman from GameStop came out and basically started handing out the cards and stating how many there was, pretty much we policed our own situation. There were a good many people that showed up at 10 o'clock right when GameStop was ready to open and let us do our preserves that, wanted them then and didn't have the thought process of going and understanding that you have to wait in line. This is going to be a hot commodity item. But again, it was just, letting them know, hey, it's sold out. If you're here for the Xbox, I'm sorry, you might just want to go back to your car. It wasn't about being mean, it was just being honest, letting them know, hey, what's gone is gone. I haven't dealt with what a lot of YouTubers are talking about with GameStop canceling orders or delaying orders or basically closing and keeping your money. That's not to say that this is something that's happening in other places, as I can only go from my experience. But it was a pretty smooth transaction, and GameStop has been on the up and up with me when I question them about, are you closing, or what if my reservation is still there but the store closes, what happens? And they stated that it would get transferred to the next closest store. Again, that is just a personal experience. I can't rate what other stores would do or are doing. It definitely was a unique experience. I've done midnight launches for Grand Theft Auto. I've done midnight launches for Batman Arkham City. And this honestly was the most interesting 3 hours of my life. I mean, because, COVID coming into play, and there, like I said, was about 25 people in line by the time they started counting down. The store only had 10 units to preserve. I was the 10th. Pretty much anyone that came after me did not receive a preserve. But it was a unique setting, and the GameStop manager that came out and explained the process and everything that was going to go down. We weren't forced to buy any, aftercare plans or extra controllers, or games if we didn't want to. And it was only a $50 down payment on the system to have it preserved. He did hand us a flyer and basically let us know what accessories we could preserve, and that if we wanted them, it would be a good idea to preserve them so that they were available the day of launch. We pretty much went in at a single file line and got our items preserved. Once we got our card, whether it said X if we wanted the Xbox Series X, or the S, which was the Xbox Series S. Now, mind you, I did preserve a game. I preserved Cyberpunk 2077, and there'll be obviously some more content coming with the unboxing of the Xbox Series X and Cyberpunk 2077. But I did want to kind of, with everybody on YouTube and everything going around, I did want to touch base on my experience, because I feel like, some things are just, consolidated to one area, or, my personal experience has not been negative like some of the stuff that is going on with GameStop, or with the cancels, or with, fights breaking out in line. I think that a gaming community, at least in my area, we look out for each other, and we definitely, pretty much self-police the situation and got rid of people that were trying to jump in line. But before I get off here, I just want to thank you guys again. Remember to hit that like button, also subscribe, and also remember to stay classy. This is DJ Gucci White Kid of Bipolar Radio. You heard me?